Now, players are still reacting to the retirement of Andrew Luck over the weekend. And yesterday, Tom Brady defended Luck's decision to retire early and complimented him on a great career. Take a listen.
It's his life. Everyone has the right to choose what they want to do. He had a great career, and he was a great player. Everybody wishes, they could be healthy all the time. It's a contact sport, and he's certainly had his fair share of injuries. So, guys retire at different times.
We're now joined by Tom Brady's #1 fan, Rob Parker.
That's Skip Bailey.
Oh,
Skip, I know you were, you didn't want anybody to get hurt, but, you looked at this as an opportunity for Tom Brady, right? In the AFC?
It's my turn.
Either way.
Go ahead.
Rob, I'm glad you're here, but I do want to start with Skip on this one. What do Brady's quotes tell you?
I loved what Tom Brady said because he spoke without passion. It was dispassionate, and it was without sympathy. He just basically laid it on the line. We didn't hear all the quotes, but it goes on into explaining just what this is. It's a tough game that you played. And that season is a long, hard, he called it a marathon of a grind. And it's both physical and emotional because there are many ups and many downs.
Right.
And lots of times there feel like there are more downs than ups, right?
Yes.
There are days you walk back into that locker room and you feel like it's devastation, like it's over. And you have to suck it up and play through it and fight through it. And this is what I don't understand. I think there's a part of Tom Brady that sits back and says, okay, so he just finally said, I just can't do this anymore, both physically and emotionally. I just can't do it. Tom's fine with that. He's seen a whole lot of players come and go. But here's a Tom Brady who's 42 years of age, and he's hearing Aaron Rodgers say, we should feel sorry for Andrew Luck. We should celebrate him. But nobody celebrates the fact that Brady looks, to me, better than ever at age 42. He says he's healthier than he's ever been at age 42. He says he's as excited as he's ever been to play football at age 42. Yet nobody talks about it. Nobody's amazed by it. They're just numb to it. And most people, including you two, are just sick and tired of Tom Brady and the Patriots winning.
You know what? But let me tell you what they did do. People were so appalled. They were so upset that Tom Brady got injured, they changed the rules. They changed the rules for Tom Brady.
Why didn't the rules save Andrew Luck from himself?
Skip, that's my point. Tom Brady has never taken the punishment in the pocket that Andrew Luck played. Now, once he broke the line of scrimmage, Andrew Luck was on his own. And he thought he could run over linebackers, he could run through defensive linemen.
He did.
And he was sadly mistaken.
He was.
And it took its toll on his body.
Yep.
It was an accumulation. It was a short accumulation. That's why I'm surprised Cam is last, because Cam has taken these kinds of shots.
Just remember, Andrew Luck in his first 5 years in this league was 3rd in the league in turnovers.
Yes.
So it was both getting beat up and losing the football.
Exactly.
But
go ahead.
Yeah. This was like typical Tom Brady. Captain Obvious. He's lame. He just lost trying to get the trademark to be Tom Terrific. It should have been, he should have filed for Tom Terrible. Because when it comes to because when it comes to this, Tom Terrible, when it comes to talking about the things in the NFL, he's a zero. Shannon, a zero. He's the same guy who said he didn't know that the kneeling was going on. He's totally oblivious to that. Skip, do you remember that? Even though some players on his own team had knelt down. So he said he didn't know what was going on. Here, there's no compassion. There should be a brotherhood for quarterbacks. The whole notion, you don't have to give him a parade or tell him he's the greatest quarterback ever, but a 29-year-old with so much talent who's forced to leave the game, Tom has nothing to say.
He's not forced to. He chose
to
leave.
but because he can't do it anymore. But Tom doesn't say anything other than, well, everybody has the right to do what they want. Well, thank you. We know that. Yeah. That's your answer to why a guy quits at 29 years old?
You're talking about a cold-blooded killer in a football contest.
No, I'm just a guy who's so wrapped up in himself, and even later on,
he's wrapped up in winning Super Bowls.
Wrapped up in himself. Even later on in that quote you're talking about, he starts talking about him and his support system and his trainer and all that. Nobody wants to hear that. All you have to do is talk about for 1 minute your contemporary, a guy who is forced out of the game because he's been beat up and has all these injuries. All Tom Brady has to say is, man, what a tough game this is. I've been fortunate to survive, but this is what most guys go through, and I feel for him. I wish that this guy could still play.
He
I
doesn't
love
feel,
competing.
he's not going to lie.
I
don't
love
think
competing
he feels
against him.
No.
This is a guy who was in my way in the AFC who's now not there.
What happened
he doesn't
both
mention
times
any of
Andrew
that.
Luck ran into Brady and Belichick?
Well, but
What
it's still the idea that it's competition,
he
though.
stunk it up. He played his worst playoff game, and he was 4-4 in the playoffs at Foxborough on the night of Deflategate. And all the attention went on to, was Tom Brady cheating when with regular, legally inflated footballs in the second half, Brady just threw a party on them. He was extraordinary because he had an extraordinary run. And then he went and beat Seattle in the Super Bowl, but nobody noticed Andrew Luck was awful in that game.
Oh, he was terrible. Look, it could have been an underinflated football. Look, the Patriots could have played with a bowling ball. They were going to beat the Colts. They were just a better team. And once it started rolling in the playoffs, it gets out of hand.
45-7.
Yeah,
It's over. You know
got
that.
in a hurry. Skip, Tom should knock on wood. He's been very fortunate. He's suffered one injury. It knocked him out for the entire season. But he hasn't had the ticky-tack, the nicky-knack injury, Skip, that keep him out for a game here or 2 games there.
Okay.
He's been very fortunate with that.
Is it possible that he's doing something no one will ever do again, which is play at a high level at age 42 at quarterback?
Would you say the Super Bowl was a high level? Did he play at a high level in the Super Bowl?
No, he
I thought he was awful in the
No, he
Super
didn't
Bowl.
play at a high level, Skip. He made one throw. He didn't play at a high level, Skip.
He
was bad.
completed 5 straight passes, and it was the game-winning
Why
drive.
didn't they give him the MVP, Skip?
I
Why?
sat right here the next day and said he deserved the MVP.
No, he didn't.
No, Skip.
Julian Edelman for
Skip,
catching balls in the first half?
I don't know if somebody will play till they're 42, but I believe guys will play better longer for the simple way the rules, the way the game is constructed. It's constructed to take care of the quarterback. You can't punish him. I talked to a lot of guys at the Hall, and it's like, yeah, we could have played 2 until we're 40s if we'd had those kinds of protections.
Okay, but he does get rid of the ball faster than anybody does. And he
That's the dink and dunk. That's all he does
not
now.
dinking and dunking. He throws it down the field when necessary. But the point is, he and his trainer, Alex Guerrero, have found something they call pliability. He's eating avocado ice cream, and you guys mostly scoff and make fun of all of
Is that what it is, Skip, or is there something else that we might find out later? I'm asking.
Does he look like he's a product of something else?
I'm just asking you. I didn't.
By the way, he dropped about 15 pounds.
I'm asking you. I don't know. I'm not. Is it really avocado ice cream that makes the difference?
I don't know.
Andrew Luck was
Shannon, you
having
play
this
football. Is that what it is?
I don't need
Takes care of
avocados.
himself.
Okay, so
Really?
Andrew Luck decided to call it a day at 29, and nobody forced him to, and I'm knocking on wood for him. God bless him that he heals up, but nobody forced him out. It's a hard game. He made $122 million over 7 years. That's a lot of money to make for going 4-4 in the postseason and never quite living up to being either the next Elway or the next Peyton Manning.
But Skip,
Couldn't live up.
So we're going to say the man's career is a bust after 7
I
years?
didn't say it's a bust, but it was a disappointment
No, I don't
given
think
his
so.
expectations.
Yeah,
if you call it.
True.
Right?
But Skip, 7 years in, he's 4-4 in the playoffs. He'd won a couple of division titles. He'd missed the season. Look, I don't know if we ever saw Andrew Luck at his maximum potential because he was hurt. Because when he came in the league, when he was totally healthy, they did a terrible job of surrounding him with protectors. His offensive line was terrible. And he took punishment, and when he broke out of the pocket, Skip, he didn't understand how to get down. He didn't know when the journey was over.
His mentality was as terrible as his offensive line.
Yes, and it wrecked his body. But Skip, for me, I don't think he was looking back like, you know what? I made $122 million. I'm good. He could have easily said, I got another 60 coming. I can stay on the roster this year.
I could act like Brady.
And no problem. But he said, you know what? I'm Andrew Luck. I built something. I don't want to do anything to distract from that. I'm good.
He has integrity because he could have easily done that, right?
$122 million is pretty. That'll buy a lot of integrity.
He earned that. You make it seem like he didn't do anything. He earned that money.
Now, I'm going to ask one question. We were talking about this on the radio. Was Franco Harris ahead of his time or knew something about running out of bounds, Skip? He was criticized during, like he was always not trying to get an extra yard or two. But as I looked down, and it came up because of all the injuries and not being able to get out of bounds and doing the right thing. Was he just way ahead of his time, or or you were covering football then.
I don't know. Emmitt Smith he extended his career running out of bounds like crazy.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah, look, if you play this game, Skip, you playing it tough. I ain't trying to be no hero. Look, there have been times that I need to get that yard, I'm going to dip my shoulder.
Right.
But there going to be times that I'm going to know, hey, I'm going to throw that blink on, and get on up out of bounds.
Rob, good to have you today.
Always.
Always nice to see you. One of college football's all-time great coaches called Trevor Lawrence, the best college football quarterback ever.
Yeah,
Do the
that's
guys
what I mean.
agree? We'll tackle that next.
And I won't back down.